The Miseducation of Cameron Post is a drama film about the titular character, who is a perfectly harmless high school teenage girl, but after she is caught by her boyfriend having sex with another girl in the back seat of his car on prom night, she is quickly forced by her conservative aunt into being shipped off to a gay conversion therapy center that treats LGBTQ teens as people who have to be cured of their sexuality. At the camp, she and the other teens are subjected to outlandish discipline, dubious de-homosexualizing methods, and the occasional earnest Christian rock concert, but this unusual setting also provides her with an unlikely gay community and a batch of friends. Paradoxically, this is where she will finally be able to connect with peers and will be able to find her place among similar fellow outcasts. This is the second film directed by the very talented Desiree Akhavan. Hope I didn't butcher your name right there. She is a bisexual woman who up until now has directed two very funny and very offbeat films about LGBTQ women, and she does this without having any concrete agenda or message or mission. It's not like you're watching her films and you're thinking like, oh my god, wow, I'm seeing the world through the eyes of a bisexual. No, there's really no agenda. Basically, she makes films that can pretty much align with anyone who leans more towards the liberal side of things and who doesn't have a very conservative worldview. What is most fascinating to me about this film is how all the characters are handled. Because basically, there almost isn't a single dislikable character here. We have characters from all across the spectrum. From the most cynical and disaffected and skeptic, to the most insincere and hypocritical, and even to the downright most brainwashed and obedient and compliant. And obviously I found characters in this film who I completely disagreed with. I never actually ended up hating them, you know. I did feel sympathy and even somewhat understanding for some of them. The two heads of the conversion therapy center are actually brother and sister, and the brother is actually gay. He claims that his sister's methods actually cured him of his own homosexuality when two members of his church rescued him from a gay bar. And as one of Cameron's friends in the movie puts it, yeah, sure, those two members from the church at the same gay bar as you, oh, they were definitely there to rescue you, they were not there to suck some dick. His sister, on the other hand, is either straight or most probably not very sexual at all. She is very strict and severe, and she used to be a simple therapist, but now that she thinks she has cured her brother of his homosexuality, she considers this to be her mission, you know? She has basically devoted her life to helping teenagers overcome their homosexuality. And she actually does truly believe this. There's no like sinister scam behind it. It's not a hate-filled thing. She is doing this because she considers it to be an advocacy for traditional Christian family values, and of course who view alternate forms of sexuality as sin. Now that's an interesting approach to filmmaking. It's why I said I didn't exactly hate these characters, because I kind of understand that every one of us thinks that we are doing something good. Everyone thinks that they are the hero of their own story. Even though Cameron and her friends make fun of her and say that she is more of a Disney villain rather than a hero, she is basically shoving this shit down these poor teens' throats with various degrees of success, but all she is basically achieving is emotionally abusing them, leading to depression and anxiety, and basically trying to culture them based on her own false convictions to hate themselves, to feel disgusted about themselves, and to doubt themselves. And there's really nothing worse for a teenager than that. And it's no wonder, you know, Chloe Grace Moretz, while doing research for her role, actually talked to survivors, actually talked to teenagers who have went through this, and their responses were pretty much unanimous across the board. All of them have said that they did try, they actually pushed themselves really hard in order to convert and in order to denounce their sexuality. And obviously it didn't work. It's all bullshit. Sexuality is not a choice, it's not a lifestyle. Anyone who thinks that it is, and anyone who thinks that it can be or it even should be cured is just a complete fucking moron. And I just loved how seamlessly they integrated this into the plot, because Cameron, during like the second part of the movie, actually does start to change her perspective a little bit. She actually asks her friends, like, hey, what if this is our only chance and we are actually blowing it? You know, what if this is our only chance to be normal and to be integrated into society? She actually does start to doubt herself a little bit. She actually does start giving into the system, but luckily it doesn't last for long, because some of the teens start becoming more and more emotionally unstable, to the point of actually some of them becoming dangerous. And even the brother, one of the heads of the conversion therapy center, has to admit in a critical moment of sincerity that they don't really know what they are doing, and it's all a big sham, it's all basically a big farce, and they are making up things as they go along. This film in a way worked like the reverse version of The Graduate, I would say. You know, in The Graduate, you have this young guy who is very sexually repressed, but he is forced to open up and to experience by this older and more open-minded woman who is completely in control of the situation. Here, on the other hand, you have these teens who are oppressed and who are programmed to close themselves off from their sexuality and to deny it by this incredibly bigoted and incredibly dogmatic woman who is not in control of the situation at all. And even the endings of the two films I find to be a little bit similar. You know, they're very somber, but they're also very sweet at the same time. You know, it's like, oh, we have broken our shackles, we are free. Now what? You know, we are thrown into this big world of responsibilities and we don't know what to do. I liked this film a lot. I think it's very sweet and I would definitely recommend it. Some other LGBTQ films I have seen recently and I think are a little bit similar to this and I would also recommend are First Girl I Loved and Love, Simon. So those two would be recommendations of mine as well. I want to ask you guys the same thing. What are some of your favorite LGBTQ films? Don't forget to leave your answers down below in the comment section. I'm really curious to see what you answer. Thanks for watching my review, folks. As always, I hope I'll see you later in the next review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to make that happen. And what can I say? Love you guys. Keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.